Here's some news on the Iran deal, or what's going on with Iran right now. It's actually getting a bit scary, I would say, in terms of the Iranian-American relations right now, because there seems to be a situation in which the U.S. threw away not only its own diplomacy, but really any trust that any nation could have in it. They just tossed it away by leaving the Iran deal, and just proving that no one can trust the United States when it comes to diplomacy and agreements. And so what if you don't know what the Iran deal was, basically it was like putting a cap on enrichment of uranium for only civilian use, to where it couldn't be used to make nuclear weapons. The main goal of it to prevent nuclear weapons. This wasn't an honor system. There was the UN agency that actually went in. I think it was the IAEA. I think it's like the International Atomic Energy Agency. They actually go in and inspect it. So there's not an honor system. It's like they actually go in and inspect it. And so they 100% had not broke the deal in any way, shape, or form. But, Donald Trump, I guess you want to say, doing the bidding of Benjamin Criminal Netanyahu. I don't know what you want to say. But he decided to pull out, which was absolutely horrible. So now Iran has announced that they've, they went over their enrichment levels that they agreed to do in the deal that the United States pulled out of. And everyone's like, hold on. The deal doesn't actually exist anymore because the U.S. pulled out of it. So it's like, you can't, what do you mean they breached it? Like, you pulled out of it, the deal doesn't exist anymore, it's gone. So here's what's absolutely shocking, okay? Remember Nikki Haley? She was the UN ambassador for the United States of America, okay? And I believe she had left amidst like a scandal. I think it was like a spending scandal. I think it had something to do with like lavish spending on office or something like that. So here's what she said. She actually said, Iran's economy is tanking. Now Iran shows its true colors by attempting to blackmail the international community. Enriching uranium was always prohibited. If Iran continues, we should reinstate all multilateral sanctions that were in place prior to the deal. Hashtag threats don't work. The irony of all this is insane, but this is the biggest thing. This right here was the UN ambassador for the United States under the Donald Trump administration previously. And you watching this video right now are more educated than she is on the issue of the Iran deal, which is arguably, if not the most important issue, top 3, okay? Because enriching uranium was not prohibited. It was there was a cap because there are civilian usages for nuclear power. And so what they had was a cap on how much they could enrich their uranium, and it was capped so that to make sure that they couldn't, build nuclear weapons. So she doesn't even know that. And the irony of saying threats don't work when the United States and Saudi Arabia, by the way, because this is what Saudi Arabia does. They're crazy. They're kind of like Amazon. They can just go at zero profits. What they do is if they tank oil prices, the market shifts, it goes down, and so Iran's oil is worth less. And so they work in conjunction with the United States, nonstop, to do that, to tank Iran. That's what they do. So, this kind of a thing is hilarious that you would even say threats don't work. I find it absolutely hilarious. Iran showing its true colors. Blackmail, really, dude? They agreed to a deal in which they would be inspected by the IAEA. And you broke the deal. Fuck you. You ruined a great diplomatic deal. You absolutely ruined it, and you showed that no one can trust us, especially not Iran, by the way. And now there are heightened tensions with Iran as we speak, and it's getting a bit scary now, honestly, because, who knows what's going to happen with stuff like this, dude. We got people like John Bolton, Mike Pompeo in the administration right now, and all of these escalations that are happening. They're pretty scary, dude. They're really